In the home stretch of the campaign in these midterm elections, now just a week away, Republicans have really only wanted to talk about one thing: crime. Not the kind of crime where the Democratic speaker's home is invaded and her husband is brutally assaulted by a violent right-wing attacker. Not the kind of crime where America's top secret documents are stolen by the impeached ex-president. No, a very specific type of crime. The type of crime that scares Republican and independent voters the most, to make them believe that crime is skyrocketing, that America is a hellhole. And the thing is, it works. And it works even better when you have your very own propaganda cable channel running stuff like this all day, every day. Dystopian, nakedly racist video, preferably grainy security cam footage featuring almost exclusively black people committing crime in big cities. It is like a hellscape on an endless loop. If you're a viewer of Fox News, at this point, you just accept as fact that, for example, the entire city of Portland, Oregon has been burned to the ground. It's gone, nothing left. And that every other big city in this country is a post-apocalyptic inferno.
From coast to coast, crime is exploding in Democrat-run cities.
Lawlessness in blue cities continues.
Portland and in Seattle and Chicago, there's all hell is breaking loose in New York,
where people are regularly shot, beaten, and robbed in public.
Every city, it is out of control.
Chicago has become a sanctuary for violent, depraved criminals.
San Francisco devolved into a hellhole.
L.A. County, this is a lawless hellhole.
Dangerous, filthy hellhole.
I am getting out of this hellhole.
Your safety is in peril with Democrats in power.
I mean, honestly, that's like just a touch. This is constant. Of course, that is not reality. We all know this. But those messages, they're not for you. They are for viewers sitting at home who do not live in big cities, being frightened into thinking that urban Democratic cities are just absolutely falling apart. And that is precisely how Republican candidates are running in race after race across this country. They are telling voters that the liberals and the Democrats have screwed up. They've gone soft on criminals, and now the criminals have taken over, and Republicans need to sweep in and take the reins and crack down. They need to clean up the cities that are ruining America. None of this is new at all, or particularly clever, or even true. But here's the thing. It is a lie built atop a truth, which is what makes it so powerful. Crime is up in this country overall. The homicide rate in America shot up by 30% in 2020. It was the largest increase in more than a century, possibly ever. And again, to be clear, that is 2020 when Donald Trump was president. Early estimates indicate that homicide rate kept growing in 2021, though we still don't have all the data. And to be honest, national crime data is not great. So here's the thing. It's not some complete invention of right-wing propaganda. Not just homicide rates, but other crimes have gone up in all sorts of places. But here's the other thing. It is not happening the way they said it is. In fact, some of the hotbeds of crime in America are actually in conservative places, in red states. Last month, the Democratic candidate for governor of Oklahoma made this very point in a debate. Check it out.
So let's talk about the facts. The fact is, the rates of violent crime are higher in Oklahoma under your watch than in New York and California. That's a fact.
Well, we'll have that fact checked by the Frontier Superintendent.
It's also a fact that medical marijuana...
Oklahomans, do you believe we have higher crime than New York or California? That's what she just said.
I mean, are you kidding me? Us, Oklahoma, real America, more crime than California and New York? Now, here's the thing. I love that tape. I love it. I love it. I love it. Put it in a museum, because I think Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt probably believed his opponent was wrong when he says that's not true. This is a Republican governor of a deep red conservative state. He probably watches a lot of Fox News. The idea that Oklahoma is more dangerous than New York sounds preposterous on its face to him. But I don't think he's seen what's going on in his state, or at least does not want to believe it.
This breaking news taking us to northwest Oklahoma City, where Oklahoma City police have been called out for a bank robbery.
Oklahoma City police want to find dangerous armed robbery suspect.
Two homeowners fight back during a terrifying home invasion.
An accused rapist in Guthrie arrested again.
Oklahoma City police officers on leave after he and his wife were arrested for a string of felonies.
An up-and-coming young Republican arrested for sex crimes with a minor.
After a 2.5-week crime spree, a suspect some call the Sandwich Bandit
is locked up.
Sean Eman is facing felony charges after allegedly stabbing another man who was swinging a hatchet at him.
Police say that mail carrier was robbed at gunpoint.
You robbed the mailman. Who does that?
Oh my God, Oklahoma's a hellhole. Don't go there. Seriously, the Oklahoma Democrat running for governor is correct, just on the basic facts. The homicide rate in Oklahoma is higher than New York. It is higher than California, considerably so. In 2020, for instance, Oklahoma had 9 homicides for every 100,000 people. Again, we're talking deep red Oklahoma, where the 2 largest cities are run by Republican mayors. So you can't even blame it on the cities and their libs, those liberals who wanted to fund the police. No, the Republican mayor of Tulsa and Oklahoma City, I don't think that's them. Now compare that to California with about 6 homicides for every 100,000, or New York with about 5. In fact, just look at the top 10 states with the highest murder rate: Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Missouri, South Carolina, New Mexico, Georgia, Arkansas, and Tennessee. Almost all Republican-run states that vote for Republican presidential candidates every election. Here's another stat for you. The murder rates were 40% higher in states that voted for Donald Trump than states that voted for Joe Biden. So yes, crime is up. But the central lie Fox is peddling and the Republican Party is that it's just the libs in the big cities, and those other people, the ones on the security footage we keep showing you, they're responsible. But it's not just happening there, despite what Republicans across the country and that network would like you to believe. Listen to this. Homicide rates increased 25% in rural areas in 2020. Do you think that was because they, quote unquote, defunded the police, or because the liberal prosecutors got in power in rural America? Do you think that's what happened? That is almost as much as the spike in urban areas, which was 30%. So if Republicans really care about this, if they want to make sure that people feel secure in their homes and the streets, they should be talking about the uptick in crime all over, in rural America and urban America, in places that are very conservative and places that are very liberal. And every politician of every stripe from everywhere should be talking about public safety. I mean, real public safety, because people have a right to feel safe and secure. And it's not some crazy fabrication of the right that people are worried about it. They are, and they have every right to be. But if you listen to the lie being told, you will end up at a false answer, and a dangerous one at that. And I have to say, I think Democrats have largely missed the opportunity to talk about public safety this election cycle.